everyone, this is Dan Bell, and welcome to the Cutting Room Floor. This is the episode covering the abandoned meat factory in Baltimore. This is the final night at the meat factory video, and let's get into it. Now, if you'd like to see this video without the commentary, you can follow the link right now on your screen and head on over to the original. And with me on this commentary is my co-producer, Will Kaprinski.
Hello, everybody.
You can follow Will at Zombie Trill on Twitter and also his YouTube page, which is just Will Kaprinski, Krupin
SKY.
Okay. So, back at the meat factory. This is the final night. This was no more fun or exciting than any of the other nights we were here. It was just awful and scary, and especially the end of this video where I
start to lose it a little bit.
Yeah, I was literally kind of losing it because I really thought that we were going to get jacked, but
yeah, the last few minutes here were very, very intense, and
yeah, it was very scary,
anxiety filled.
But look, this place is gold. You know, that's why we kept going back, because it's just scary and horrible.
Yeah.
In this shot here, or in this scene, we were coming in. Some people said, "Was that a ghost that screamed?" It was not a ghost.
Yeah, ghost screaming.
This was like, so basically, somebody was walking by outside and made some kind of a strange noise.
Very odd.
It wasn't like singing or anything. It was like almost like what it reminded me of is when gang members call each other on the street by yelling. That's what it sounded like to me. So it put me at it made me very uneasy for the rest of the walk through this place. So I kept expecting somebody to pop out and
give me your shit.
Right. You know, I mean, basically that's what I was afraid of. But that feeling was there every moment.
Every foot, every step in this place.
So this section of the building here burned. I have a really good story actually about this building. So my friends from Tenerife came in, and they were here in Baltimore for like a week, and they were like, we really want to go see the meat factory. They didn't want to go in, but they just wanted to go and look at the outside of the building. So I said, okay. So we drove up, and we pulled up to that area where we come in this video, and there's like a fence there or whatever. And I said, this is where Will and I went in. And this guy just starts coming out of the darkness behind the fence. He just walks out. We didn't even see him. Like, it looked like he was waiting for somebody. There was a car there, so it might have been that he had parked and then decided to wait for somebody in the dark by himself. But it really creeped us out. Like, they were both like, oh my God. I mean, they really couldn't believe it, because they were like, this place really is scary. By the way, walking around this place
with this ice.
Oh my God. It was so treacherous.
Yeah.
Now, I can't remember. Was this the night that the sun was with us?
Yes.
Or was it the second night?
This was the night the sun was with us. The sun came with us the last night.
Then why did we go in that way? Or maybe we went out to get batteries or something, and then we
probably
came back.
I think this is the night that I had to go get a battery.
Yeah, so what happened basically was, I don't think we would have gone back here again. I really didn't want to go back after the second night. I thought we had gotten enough. And then I thought, maybe it would be kind of cool, but then I was like, no, I don't want to do it. So the Baltimore Sun contacted me, and they wanted to do a feature on me. So the photographer from the Sun wanted to take pictures of us at this location, but they didn't want to go inside because of trespassing. So basically they took pictures of us outside, of me in the alley.
Yeah.
And then when they were done, they left. And by the way, the article has not come out yet, and if it has, I'll link it right now so you can go check it out. But it has not come out yet, so it's been a month and we're still waiting. But it has been approved. It will come out. I think they're just waiting for a slow news day, because You know, I'm not that important. I also wanted to talk about, by the way, this little workshop here was so creepy. It looked like Freddy would be in there, like, making like his hand, the hand blades or whatever. So that's a great shot right there.
Yeah.
Man, that's creepy.
This one, yeah.
So awful. I mean, look at that. How does that happen? How does that happen? It looks like maybe it was rifled through and then the ceiling caved in on everything.
The ceiling was caving in everywhere in here.
It was.
I'm surprised nothing fell on our head while we were in here.
This, where we are now, is probably the original part of the building that they built back in the... way back in the day.
Well, this is also close to where that little garage is, right? This part of the building?
Little garage?
There's a little garage out on the street.
Oh, you mean all the bay doors? You mean all the bay doors that are out on Bel Air Road?
I think so.
Yeah. So, if you guys want to look it up on Google Maps, it's Bel Air Road and Sinclair Lane. You'll see this building. It's enormous. I mean, I can't tell you how big it is. But I think as we walked through, we kind of figured out the layout of the building as we kind of like turned corners and stuff. We'd see.
Oh, we remember that this area.
Right. So we would like piece together where we had been and all that kind of stuff. You'll see once we go up these stairs and into another section, like how kind of it makes sense, but then thinking about it in your head, it doesn't make any sense because there's a lot of spots in the building that have been walled off. That are just like empty spaces, voids, I guess, that they couldn't
fill,
squeeze money out of the square footage, so they just walled different sections off. We didn't tell this story. So on the second night, when we were going to go back the second night, and I wanted to tell this story because it's a good one from the trilogy. We did not. I don't think we said this on the other two cutting room floors. So basically, we went back for the second night to shoot this place. We get up there. It's a freezing cold night. Very cold out. I mean, it's just brisk, cold.
Every night that we went here, it was cold.
But this night in particular felt really cold.
Well,
I mean, I remember we got out of the car and we were bitching about how cold it was.
Yeah, our hands are freezing.
Yeah, so it wasn't like, it wasn't like... I don't remember feeling that way this night or the first night. But anyway, so we... and by the way, we just looked at that car so I just shined the light down there. You saw that car. That's the car from the first video. So we found we figured out, mapped out kind of another section of the building. Although none of it will make sense in the video, but whatever. Anyway, so we pull up to film the second night, and we pulled up in front of that old Getz,
the sign,
the meat factory, the processing side. So it's where there used to be, well, there's still railroad tracks there, but the trains would pull up. They would bring in the carcasses, the meat, and process it, and then send it over to the factory on a bridge, which the bridge isn't there anymore.
No, it's not there anymore.
We were getting ready to go in that building, and we saw that the door was blocked. And we saw footsteps in the snow.
And a pair of shoes.
And a pair of shoes sitting there. So we were like, we're not, there's homeless people in here. We're not going to go in.
Yeah.
So I love that chair, by the way. That's awesome. So, what is it with creepy old abandoned buildings and chairs? There's always a chair somewhere.
And it's always strategically placed to look creepy.
Right. So anyway, we were going back to the car, and we heard like a cackle. Like it sounded like a witch.
A witch lady.
Like it was like I mean, seriously, it was like, and Will and I are just looking at each other like, oh my god, what the hell was that? We were already in the car, I think.
We were outside in the street as we were coming out.
Oh yeah.
And then we were about to get in the car, and it came from over there, and I'm just thinking, thank God we didn't go into that building.
Will was so freaked out.
It freaked me the hell out.
Yeah,
yes.
it really sounded like it was like so ominous, like demonic sounding.
And we were the only people. Like there was no one else on the street.
Yeah, there was nobody there. So it was a very unnerving experience. Come
to think about it, we should be very happy that we're alive and well and nothing happened to us in this place.
I wanted to die.
Dan has a death wish. That's why we went here 3 times.
So anyway, yeah, I do each time we left. Remember the first time we left and we like embraced each other? We were like hugging because we were so fucking happy to be out of there. Will and I literally like hugged. We were just like, oh my God, I'm so glad we're out of there alive.
I'm so glad we're done and we don't have to go back in here again, which is what I thought the first time.
Yeah, I think it was like 10 minutes later. I'm like, I think
we need to go again.
We should go back.
I think I need more shots in there.
I didn't get enough. But it's just such a, this building, honestly, even though it's in the condition it's in now, it still has a lot of historic significance to that neighborhood it's in, which is up at Bel Air and Sinclair Road. You can go next to this building and it's a big open field with streets running through it. And it's because all the homes there were demolished because once the factory closed in the 70s, everybody left the neighborhood. I mean, people they packed up and left. There was no work. There was nothing. So the building, I'm pretty sure it turned into a place where they were taking like suitcases that were hijacked from the airport and other like mob related crap and just kind of nefarious purposes. But the neighborhood around this building has never recovered. I mean, it's terrible there.
Oh
now.
Yeah, it's not somewhere you want to be.
Not
at this time of night.
I don't know. It's kind of fun.
Dan's going to take me somewhere else where we'll almost get killed.
The thing is, I mean, there is risk assessment.
Yeah.
I look at it this way. If someone is stupid enough to go in this building without a respirator, I don't even think I think if criminals did see us go in, I think they'd be like, we're not going in there.
Those people are stupid. Why are they going in there?
Yeah, we'll wait on the street for them to come out. I mean, they're not going to come in looking for us.
No. And it's such a huge place, so they might not even find us.
It's enormous, and you're not going to, people are not going to be staying in here.
No.
They're not.
Look at what we're walking through.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I'm fine.
Yeah,
I'm like, well,
this is where you slip.
This is where I'm like, this is where I really lost my temper.
Slip.
Because I was like, I was really pissed off because I'm carrying around, thousands and thousands of dollars worth of equipment. All I need to do is fall down and have water splash up on my camera.
And I'm like, Dan, why are you having a problem walking? What's wrong?
Yeah, you're like, oh, there's no problem. I'm fine.
My $20 Walmart boots are doing great.
So this little section here, we heard someone. Anyone down there? I thought I heard someone coming up the steps or someone downstairs. So I said something. Nobody was there. There was some wind this evening that we were there, so a little breeze, so maybe something was blowing into the wall.
So this is where your anxiety started or got worse?
I'm not quite sure when I started to... Well, it's when we went back into the steam.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
That's near the end of this video. Once we got back there, I was like, this is...
That was when we both were like, we hear something. There's something.
We started again with the probably like matrixing. I think that's what they call it, where like there's dripping and then you hear stuff in the dripping. I may be wrong. I mean, there may be people that we didn't see because this place is that huge. Yeah. I mean, it really is. This is so gross.
These shoes.
The shoes are covered in...
They just look like...
I don't know if that's limestone or if that's some kind of a chemical in this. That just looks so fucking gross.
That look like? I think that looks like one of the little Debbie cakes. I don't remember which one it is.
Yeah, we should have picked it up and ate it.
Hey, we might have gotten some nutrition.
Come here, little Debbie.
Let me eat your weird.
Do you have
shoes.
cream frosting inside?
Someone left us a treat. The person that was in there with us.
Oh, this murder victim shoes are delicious.
Why does it seem like we always go into places where people have been murdered? Or it feels that way.
Well, you know that the history of this building after it was a meat plant. How many junkies have died in here?
Yeah.
How many? I mean, it has to be...
At least dozens.
I would say a dozen people or more have died in this building of drug overdoses, maybe even murder. I don't know. We'd have to do a bunch of research, which I don't have time.
No. Why?
I really don't have time.
We just can know that somebody probably did.
People are always telling me, they're like, why don't you go and research? Why are you researching these buildings? It's like, because I don't have time. Yeah. It's only me and Will. To put this channel together, to get these videos out, you guys have no idea. I mean, it's a lot of work. Yeah. You gotta, just this video here was probably, I would say, between filming and editing was probably... It was 40 hours. Yeah. So it was a full work week to get this video produced and put together.
I mean, that's the thing. You go and you film it, and then you have to edit it too.
And that's love. That's love, because I would not be doing this if I didn't love doing this. I mean, I'm not talking about exploring the shitty building. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about making compelling videos. I mean, this video to me is very compelling. So I think people will agree with me. I love going into a place like this. It's dark, scary, and nobody's been in there. And I love that. But look at all the mold.
Ugh, this room.
Man. But this right here, this is a false wall there. You see? Up top there, there's that brick... So that's a doorway there, but I wonder where it goes.
Something is behind it.
But I wasn't about to touch that drywall. I'll tell you that. Now, if you spent the night in this room without a respirator, you would probably end up hospitalized. What a disgusting, dirty building.
Ugh.
Just a wreck.
The first time we went in here, did we have respirators?
Yeah.
We did?
We didn't
okay.
We didn't go in here without
all
respirators. Right. There's no way. There's no way I could go in here without a respirator.
I'm not going in anywhere without a respirator from now on.
Me neither. I learned my lesson. I got sick. I was sick from mold. You remember when I was sick?
Yeah.
There's no way. I could not stop coughing. I was sick for a month.
Ugh. I'm just surprised that...
It was like 6 weeks I was sick.
I think it was all due to that basement that you went down that you couldn't even breathe in.
That's what it was. And I always just kind of laughed off using a respirator. I'm always like, oh, people just do that for looks. I'm not wearing a goddamn respirator.
Cool to wear a respirator. We got these big pink things on our side.
But people who do this, they're always like doing photos where they're like, they're wearing a respirator, and they're looking tough. I'm a tough explorer. Everyone get the fuck out of my way.
Extreme urbex.
Oh, that's so funny. But it is true. Like the tough guys. I'm tough.
If you were tough, you'd get sick like Dante.
I'm tough. Time to take some pictures.
Hey, can you hand me my respirator? I need to put it on. I think I'm getting the black lung.
I've got the black lung. So anyway, we're going back here to the...
Is this the steam room?
Steam room.
Oh, the lovely steam room.
We should have brought towels. And we could have disrobed right here and gone in.
Made our own little bathhouse. The meat factory bathhouse.
The meat factory bathhouse.
People would pay to come in there. We could get it going.
Join us at the Meat Factory for a lovely spa experience. The Meat Factory bathhouse.
Don't sit down on the broken tile. It might cut you.
Make sure you bring flip-flops. Oh my god. Did I already talk about the flashlight? I think, well, the flashlight, anyway, is a tactical flashlight. A lot of people have asked me about the flashlight. It's a tactical flashlight. I don't know the model number. It was very expensive. I bought it maybe a few years ago, to use when I was hiking in the Everglades. But great flashlight. I mean, that thing is bright as... Why I like the flashlight too when we're doing this, besides the fact that you can look... I don't know if I would do this again where I'd like shine the light ahead, because I kind of like that you can't see what's going on. But I do
like the shots with the like later on where you have it in the frame. I thought that was awesome. That
was out of a necessity that I was trying not to fall over, and I wasn't trying to pull like a Scorsese with the gun and Taxi Driver.
This was out of necessity, not an artistic choice.
This was not an artistic decision. But you see the blinking there. My the lamp on my camera was starting to falter, and really, once your battery dies in here, there's nowhere to change your batteries. You can't set anything down. So I just... But hearing this thing, we started hearing shit. I was getting really nervous because I really did think that there were people coming in after us. Maybe it's my own kind of...
Well, that's something you do have to... We do have to have that in the back of our heads.
Like paranoia or something. I don't know what it is, but I can't imagine anyone coming in here to look for us. But there was... I mean, we heard people...
Yeah, and I mean, if people saw us with our cameras, the first thought is like, those look expensive. That's what I would think.
I mean, I think if people saw us with a pack of cigarettes in this neighborhood, we would be in danger. I can forget a camera. That's like a house in this neighborhood.
Like they have like a half pack. We need to go in there.
Kill them. But yeah, so it was a little tense here. For a minute, and then I was just happy to get out and get to the car and feel safe again.
I love how you can just tell by your camera movements how you feel. Like it's just like,
it's kind of like, I never thought that this particular place. Excuse me, I'm having a little
gas attack
from my Starbucks here. This particular place, it's like walking on eggshells. I'm afraid to fall down. Can you imagine falling down and like
and having all that sludge on you?
No, I mean, like, I fell again. You can see my hand right here.
Oh yeah.
Luckily, I was outside somewhere. But can you imagine falling down and cutting your hand open in here?
Oh, that's true.
Like, I mean, it would be really bad. I'm so glad we never have to go back here again.
So am I.
Man, this place is... I can't even tell you guys how bad this place was.
Never again.
I mean, it just was like... This is up there. I would put this and the motel in Pine Bluff.
Oh, yeah.
At the top.
Those are the two worst places we've ever been in.
The motel in Pine Bluff was awful. But that is another cutting room floor to go check out.
Yeah, I love this shot right here. I think it's great.
Yeah, but it wasn't even intentional.
No, it looks like you have it like taped to your camera though, or it's on the rig or something.
I didn't want to fall, and we were walking through the part of the building that had been set on fire, so it was I was afraid of falling through like a one of those, what do they call them, vaulted floors or whatever, where they build the floor up but there's space underneath of it. So we were pretty nervous. I was nervous just to get back out to the street without running into anybody. But also this flashlight, like if you ran into somebody coming towards us, I would be able to blind them
right
with
in
the
their
flashlight.
eyes.
They wouldn't be able to see us.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be very difficult for them, and then you could just whack them in the face with
right with it. That's a heavy flashlight.
That flashlight will F you up. I mean, it's no joke.
No,
it's even on one end. It has a little thing to break windows.
Yeah, and doesn't it have little spike almost looking things on the end?
It breaks windows. So I mean, it's for police. I mean, police use it. So
for police and people to go in abandoned buildings.
Yeah, but for me, I got it because I didn't want to carry around a big bulky spotlight. So this flashlight doesn't weigh that much. It only weighs probably less than a pound. So it's but the range is unbelievable.
Every time we got out and I saw the light from the street, I just was so happy.
Yeah, I was particularly excited
to get out of there
this evening, to be able just to get out of here and not have to deal with it anymore. That was it.
Done with the meat factory.
The trilogy.
The trilogy is over.
Has ended. It's like Star Wars.
Oh, so we're gonna have another trilogy later that sucks.
We'll bring it back in 20 years.
Dan's gonna do some CGI work on it.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe to Will's channel and follow him on Twitter.
Please do.
And
Instagram, Zombie Trill. Get up on that.
Okay, well. Thank you, everyone.